Italian Wine Podcast. Chin Chin with Italian Wine People.
Hi everybody! Italian Wine Podcast celebrates its 4th anniversary this year, and we all love the great content they put out every day. Chin Chin with Italian Wine People has become a big part of our day, and the team in Verona needs to feel our love. Producing the show is not easy, folks. Herding all those hosts, getting the interviews, dropping the clubhouse recordings, not to mention editing all the material. Let's give them a tangible fan hug with a contribution to all their costs. Head to ItalianWinePodcast.com and click donate to show your love.
Hello, this is the Italian Wine Podcast with me, Monty Waldin. My guest today is Francesca Coppola from Cantina Pizzolato. Welcome, Francesca.
Thank you, Monty. Hello, everybody.
So, Francesca, what's your role at Cantina Pizzolato?
My role is sales manager. I'm one of the two sales manager. I work closely to the export manager, Sabrina, managing mainly our export customers.
Where is the estate then? The name of the estate and where is it?
Our estate, our organic winery is in Villorba in Treviso province, in the flourish countryside of Treviso province, in the heart of Prosecco DOC area.
When was it founded?
The company was founded in 1981 when the current owner joined the company with his father. So Settimo Pizzolato, the current owner, started the company with an organic management with his father Gino. We are in fact this year celebrating 40th anniversary of organic farming. The whole production has been certified organic then in 1991, when in Italy actually there were the certified companies who started officially certifying the wine. So it was quite an easy process that actually, because we already had all organic management in our winery. We gained also in 2012 the vegan certification for all our wines. So the whole production, when you talk about Pizzolato wines, is 100% certified organic and vegan. And this was practically one of the owner's desire to make wines for all and to be affordable for all. And then the result of this process is like a new winery inaugurated in 2016 with a sustainable concept that is mainly like inspired by the philosophy of the owner. This is the 5th generation of Pizzolato Family, so this is practically one of the biggest Italian family company who produce and sell only organic wines.
What are your, obviously this is a historic winery for those of you who don't know. It seems quite recent, some of these estates becoming organic, but this really is an historic estate in terms of its organicness, if you like. It was all sort of organic before organics was even on the radar. In terms of where was the idea coming from to really break the wine down into something very, very elemental? So, vegetarian friendly, vegan friendly, organic, etc.
When the current owner, Settimo Pizzolato, joined the company with his father, he was studying chemistry at university, approaching to what all the chemical products and pesticide results could have affected the soil and the terroir and also customers' health. So when he joined the company with his father, one of the focus that he firstly highlight to the father was, look, I'm going to join the company, but only if we are going to only manage it organically. So that was one of his main desire. This is not, as you correctly said before, this is not like a trend because it's quite a recent trend in our market, as in foreign markets, especially a recent trend of organic. But Settimo Pizzolato was one of the pioneers in the organic farming, because this is his philosophy. This is a life choice that he desired, like very strongly for the whole winery management, from the vineyards to the final bottle. And this is his philosophy that you can see in our sustainable winery.
You also make, from 2007, the company started making wines without sulfites. And the idea of wines with no added sulfites seems quite a recent one. But again, this estate was one of the pioneers of working that way. Why did the family decide to make a no sulfite wine, no added sulfite wine?
We started in 2007 due to the US market. As you may know, in US, organic wine could be declared a wine with a certain quantity of sulfites, so under 10 parts per million. That was a specific request from that market, in which we approached actually our wines since 1994. So we were already there with other wines, but then it started the strong desire also to go beyond, and that was mainly through that market, in which we started with a Cabernet without added sulfites, and then we implemented the line following the great success that from the beginning the Cabernet had in the US market, and then we spread it also in other markets. The whole line now is covered by the Cabernet without added sulfites, then a Merlot, no added sulfites, a red blend, Merlot and Cabernet, and then a Prosecco, a sparkling Prosecco DOC Brut, no added sulfites. All of them are still exported to the United States, and we are also seeing an increasing interest in the no sulfites also from the customers of other markets and of our national markets too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, America was kind of ahead of other countries in delineating, I should say, organic wines and organic wines that didn't contain any added sulfites. And obviously, this company has been very ahead of the game by looking at that and developing the wines that would fit that particular niche. So again, this estate, the Pizzolato, is very much this idea of organics being a little bit sleepy, but this estate has always been ahead of the game. And what other ranges have you got? That successful ranges have you got?
Mm-hmm. We one of the best sellers in our range is our sparkling DOC Prosecco Extra Dry. This cover also like a full sparkling Prosecco DOC line that also combines like a sparkling Prosecco DOC Brut and the new release, the sparkling Prosecco DOC Rosé. So the sparkling DOC Extra Dry, the Prosecco Extra Dry, has been for several years the best sellers in the Swedish market. So we reached up more than 2 million of bottles only in that market. And it is now like seeing a great success all over Europe and also overseas. And the last one, the new release, the Prosecco DOC Rosé, which we have released since last November, vintage 2019, and then we approached to the new vintage 2020 from the beginning of this year, is actually seeing a great success too. This is one of the most successful of this year. Being a Prosecco and also following the rosé trend of several markets, especially abroad. Let me also add among all the best sellers, like a sparkling rosé of our line called Muse that we have launched in 2019. Muse is a double concept. Muse as muse inspirational art and beauty, but also muse as multi-use. So the concept behind this line was to give a second life to the bottle once the consumer had the chance to enjoy the content. So you can see it is like a very precious and exclusive glass with kind of diamonds all around. And the idea is, as our philosophy is to be sustainable 360 degrees, so not only because of the organic certifications, but also as a daily commitment also in our packaging. The Muse line embrace this kind of commitment. So the idea is to not waste the bottle after drinking the wine, but giving a second chance as a bottle of water or a flower vase or like a candle. So just to express also with these choices our philosophy.
Hey guys, this is a brief intermission to give a shout out to our new sponsor, Ferro Wine, the largest wine store in Italy since 1920. We are delighted to have them on board and thank them for their generous support and our new t-shirts. Find out more on ItalianWinePodcast.com. Now back to the show.
Just a quick word on sparkling wines. Champagne, for example, is statistically, effectively, the least organic wine region statistically of all the great wine regions of the world. And just seeing the trend that are going on in the Prosecco arena is there seem to be more and more organic or even biodynamic sparkling wines. Is that sort of trend that you're very well tuned into as a company?
Yes, I can confirm you that the trend of organic also in the Italian viticulture is really increasing in the last years. This is basically a customer request. So we are seeing more and more health conscious and eco-conscious consumers that are asking for like more organic wines, more no sulfides added wines. So this is something that the market is asking for, and we are actually strong now of our long-term experience in this sense. We have 40 years of experience in the organic farming. This year we are celebrating it with a great proud, let me say, and also not keeping at the stage that we have reached during these 40 years, but still looking at the future with lots of projects in this sense to go beyond the organic. 2 minutes just to talk to you about our PV project. PV is the German acronym for like fungus resistant varietals. And these varietals, we started this researches and project in 2016. This is bringing us to have several new varietals that allows us to decrease the number of treatments in the vineyards. In our organic farming management, we are allowed to use sulfur and copper in a determined quantities per hectare per year. We wanted, especially in some sensitive spaces in villages close to our area, to plant these resistant varietals. We started in 2016 and we planted the first plants in 2017. We had nearly 4 hectares and we reached out in 2020 16 hectares. So this is actually what we are really believing in as the future of organic. These varietals are crossing between American varietals and European varietals. The first ones are very strong in struggling the main diseases of the wine, while the European varietals, the Vitis vinifera, are carrying a lot of interesting characteristics, organoleptic characteristics that are preserved in these new varietals. The idea is to have a new experience. And that's why we choose for these wines that we have that currently are fermented in bottle white one, ancestral method, a petnat called OPA, and I will later on explain to you the meaning of these strange names. Then we have the Urra, which is a petnat, a rosé petnat fermented in bottle. Then we have white still wine called Wakal, and then Kontiki, which is a red blend, no added sulfites. If I explain to you and tell you the name of the varietals, like Johanniter, Bronner, Prior, maybe for the majority of of the people who are listening to us, it doesn't mean anything. Also, the fantasy name that we have chosen, but the project behind is that we approach into a new journey, a journey into a new planet in which we need to taste this kind of wines in a different way. So with a new concept, with new characteristics, like with new, it's a new experience, and that's why we used to we choose these kind of names as like a journey. So we start with a Wakai, which means journey in the Asian etymologies, through the means of transport, which is the Kontiki, a raft used by Thor on his expedition from South America to Polynesia, to go to the final destination, Opa, the petnat, the white petnat, and then the freedom shout of the crew once we arrived into the planet, in the PV planet, is Urra. So this is a long journey that is going to change, let me say, because we just started. We started 5 years ago, so there's a lot of things to discover. So this is our journey to go beyond the organic.
How much of a difference does it make in terms of the cost of farming a hectare of vineyards between normal grape varieties, and like I don't know, Cabernet or Chardonnay, and the disease-resistant crossings that you have?
I will not go deeply into the real costs, but let me say that from our experience, the resistant varietals are giving us great results from the beginning in terms of resistant to the main fungal diseases. That means also decrease the number of treatments, as I told you before, and that means also decreasing the times in which the tractor need to go into the vineyards to treat and to maintain the vineyards. That means from like final results, decreasing costs and decreasing environmentally impact in this sense as well.
Yeah, soil compaction. Soil compaction is a big issue in all types of viticulture, not just organic viticulture. But by not having to use the tractor so much, you're making a very, very big saving, and you're helping your vineyard as well. I think these varieties that often have odd names, these interspecific hybrids is their technical term. But for me, they're very much part of the future of wine, because we can't carry on burning fossil fuels for luxury products like wine, and wine is a luxury product. We need to find ways of getting into the vineyard less often and more decisively and more economically acceptable, with economic benefits and environmental benefits. So you're very much ahead of the game, I think. Have you got a particular wine that you like that is from an interspecific crossing or a hybrid? What are your favorite wines? Just give us some of the names of the grapes and then what they taste of.
Let me say that the favorite one for me is now the last released, is the Urra. Is a petnat made from Prior grape, 100% of Prior. It has an eye-catching pink color. It's super amazing color. That's why we started using Prior only for the red wines, for the Contiki, for example. But then we saw the great potential also from a color point of view, and this is amazingly pink. And it has like kind of a tropical characteristics, so you can like perceive some tropical fruits on the nose, then pomegranate. So it's very easy drinking, is refreshing, and just thinking about this hot summer we are just approaching here in Italy, this is the perfect sipper for any aperitif in this summer season.
Okay, so what's the next project you have lined up for Cantina Pizzolato?
So there's an upcoming new opening here in Pizzolato. One of the main project is a new wine bar that we are building close to the winery inside the estate. And this is going to complete an already good hospitality offer that we are already giving to visitors and to our customers. So ideally, when the winery has been built, the idea was like to be more transparent to the customers who are searching for sincere producers and faces behind the glass they're tasting. And in this sense, combined to the already existing winery visits and guided tastings and vineyards picnics that we are offering, we will now complete this hospitality offer with a wine bar to give an incredible customer wine experience, 100% sustainable, to join our wines close to our sustainable vineyards. So this is like a upcoming project that is going to take place next autumn. So let me invite you all to visit the winery and then to join the new wine bar when it's going to be ready, and to live a 100% organic wine experience in Pizzolato.
But do you get lots of winemakers contacting you about how you've gone about your, obviously your history, but step by step, the organics and then the disease-resistant varieties? You must get a lot of inquiries from people.
Yes, we have, especially in the last years. So what we are seeing is that there's more conscious consumers who are more like healthy conscious in this sense while choosing food and wine. And what we saw, especially in the last year, after the pandemic affected the whole world, people are more and more sensitive in this sense, and are more careful also of what they are choosing. So they're asking more and more to see how we behave daily, how we manage our winery, and who are the people behind the bottles. And this is an increasing request we are having, actually.
Yeah, it's interesting that wineries with a story to tell that is an authentic story and has common sense behind it in terms of making better quality wine using less or lower inputs. It's a pretty hard thing to criticize, and obviously you're going to be on the right side of history, and you've been doing it for many years as a winery. And if anybody hasn't heard of this winery, you should really get to know it, because it's been an absolute pathfinder in the international organic and biodynamic arena for many years, and it's keeping it simple and working using lots of common sense. Francesca Coppola, thank you very much for giving us a little window into the world of the Cantina Pizzolato. It's an outstanding estate, and we wish you and everybody involved with the estate continued success.
Thank you, Monty. Thank you for the opportunity to talk about our organic winery, and we will wait for you as soon as possible here in our sustainable estate.
That's very kind. Take care.
Listen to the Italian Wine Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We're on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Himalaya FM, and more. Don't forget to subscribe and rate the show. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinePodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. Until next time, cin cin.